The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Well, let's finally move to the main event that had title implications. In the women's flyweight division, we got Manon Fior defeating Erin Blanchfield by unanimous decision. And early in that first round, Fior went for that takedown, and Blanchfield reversed it into a guillotine. And it's pretty much bad news for Blanchfield after that. She didn't get it. Nice back and forth in the first round, but this is the how it played out for most of the fight. Fior just seemed to be the more accurate striker in this one. And in round two, Blanchfield got that takedown, but she didn't do anything with it. And Fior was landing shots from the distance, and Blanchfield just had trouble getting inside for most of this fight, and which was the same case for round three. And round four, Blanchfield showed some heart. She seemed to, kind of power up a little bit and throw caution to the wind, throw some wild punches, but Fior weathered the storm and picked her apart from the outside. And then in round five, Erin landed that head kick that wobbled Fior for a little bit, but Fior recovered and just continued to pick her apart from the outside. So it was a solid win for Fior, but nothing too spectacular. What were your thoughts on this one, Admire?
Yeah, nothing too spectacular, like you said. And then what stuck out to me the most is what you said is like in the fourth round, Blanchfield just started kind of throwing some wild stuff. I mean, that kind of showed her desperation at that time. She kind of knew she was behind and needed to make something happen. It not a memorable fight. We won't be talking about it, years down the line. I think it shows that Fior is ready for that title shot, but I think that title shot's going to be on hold for a while because you got Grasso and Shevchenko up there, and I think they're doing the Ultimate Fighter, so that fight is going to be kind of put on delay. How many fights in a row is that for her? It's like 11 fight win streak, I think.
Oh, so she's only lost her first fight, which wasn't even in UFC. It was in Cage Warrior. So
yeah, I was going to say she's on a long streak. I mean, she definitely deserves it. But I don't think she'll get it right away just because of the other obligations the others have. She could take a fight in between, risk losing that number one contender spot. But for me, she's easily number one contender.
Steve, what are your thoughts on this one?
I didn't get to see this one, but I was viewing her history, and I usually pay attention to the known names, but some of these women can't help to see. But she's fought, like I said, Blanchfield. I heard that name thrown around. She just beat her. Nama Nunes, Sarah Monera. I think she just won an upset against somebody probably about 2 weekends ago. And I think she's a contender, and she beat her. And Silva, who just was a contender to Raquel Pennington, she lost, but still, she's fighting high-level people. And I guess I haven't been paying attention to her, but I guess definitely, like Admar said, ready to contend for the championship.
So it's definitely title shot or bust for Fior. But looking on the other side of the spectrum, Erin Blanchfield, she's a fighter that's been high on the UFC's list of next fighters to promote. She looked like almost unbeatable coming into this fight, like she was going to be the next one up. But she's still young. She's 24. So I think UFC were maybe betting on she might be able to win this fight so they could rush her to the top. And now those plans have kind of been, set back a little bit. Like, where do you think Blanchfield goes from here, Admire?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I was like, man, does she need a weight change or something? I'm not sure, but I kind of think she's exhausted her, her time on that flyweight division for the women's. She's already fought, everybody up towards the top, and it's not like she's bad. I mean, she lost this fight, first loss in like 5 years. So, I mean, she could hang around. She could maybe jump divisions. I don't know.
She might be. I think she might be a little bit too small for the bantamweight division. I don't know if she can make that 115 division. I don't know. I mean, since you rushed her up to the top so quickly, was she like ranked number 2 in this fight, going into this fight, right?
I think she was ranked. What was she ranked? She was ranked number 1, I think, going into it.
I'm looking at it right now. She's ranked number 2, and she just dropped. They just flip flopped. So Fior was ranked number 3, and Blanchfield was ranked number 2. They just flip flop. She's so young, so I don't think you have to push the panic button, but she probably should take a slight step back. And competition, you can't. But if you go, you can't like throw her an unranked fighter because then people sniff that out. But I don't know if it would end well because Namajunas is ranked number 6 now in that flyweight division.
I was thinking she'd faced everybody, but she hasn't. She hasn't faced Macy Barber.
That's another one that they are high on and trying to push as the next person up in that division as far as like American talent.
Right. And so I don't think they would put Blanchfield against Barber because they're so high on both of them that they don't want either one of them to really lose. So I don't think you get to see that fight. And
Blanchfield already beat Andrade. She choked her out. That's when I was like, I guess this shooter to the top, and she beat Talia Santos.
Yeah. Blanchfield hasn't fought Rose. So I mean that's an option. I don't think she's fought Amanda Ribas either.
Yeah, she hasn't. That would be a good bounce back fight. Even though I think Ribas just fought like not too long ago. Didn't she just lose? I want to say Ribas just fought.
Yeah, let me double check it, but I think recently she just did. Yeah, a couple weeks ago on Ribas against Rose.
Namajunas.
Yeah,
I'm tripping because I just watched that fight. Speaking of that fight, Namajunas looked good in it, but she didn't do anything spectacular. So they got options with like the top 7 in that division, and like Admire was saying, it all comes down to it's not even a rubber match between Grasso and Shevchenko because the last one was a draw. So if Shevchenko wins, they could have like a 4th fight possibly. I don't want to see that.
No.
So, whoever wins this next one with Grasso and Valentina, they need to move on and just let Fior get the next title shot so they can keep this division moving. And I want to say they're having, I don't know if they changed that because I know they were supposed to have it on Mexican Independence Day and have it in the Spear. But Grasso and Shevchenko are coaching the Ultimate Fighter now, so I don't know if it's still on track to be on that card. So I guess we'll have to see how it plays out. Thank you for checking out this Haymaker Combat Sports segment. This full episode could be found on the Haymaker Combat Sports YouTube page and in audio form on all major podcast platforms. Until next time, peace.